Hi there everyone, thanks for coming back. It's Mike again, and today it's time to talk around the cost of your time. How much is it valued at? How do you value it? And what you're wasting it on, and what's the cost of the waste that you've got? So today I really want to start to hammer home. I really want to start to look at, time is a commodity. You've got to think of it as a commodity rather than just something that's out there, something that happens, something that you lose, sometimes you gain. Time is a commodity. It is absolutely a commodity. You should be trading it, you should be treating it just like gold. One of the things I really want to look into is, how do you exactly cost up what your time is worth? And it's really quite simple, it's really quite easy to do. So in this part, what we're going to do is look at the average amount of hours per week that you work. So you can apply this to you, but in my figurative kind of world right now, I'm going to take a restaurant owner and I'm going to say that they work on average 60 hours per week. Now that's really conservative. I think in actual fact they'd probably be doing double that, but we're going to work on 60 hours per week. And then next we're really going to start looking at what is the value of their time. What is the cost per hour of your time? Now when I do this, don't start thinking, well, how much do I pay myself per hour? How much does my manager earn per hour? You really need to start thinking outside the box here. You need to start thinking about, I may pay myself that, but how much is my time worth within that business? If you are the owner of the business, it's highly likely that your time is going to be so powerfully important. So therefore, the weight and the cost of your time, the value of that time, is going to be higher for someone who is the owner working within that business 60 hours a week compared to somebody who's washing the plates. Your cost per hour is going to be much higher. So putting that in there, I'm going to say in this example, we're going to say about £100 per hour. So when you multiply those two figures together, what you end up getting is the total cost of your time per week. So in this example, this person would cost, their time would cost £6,000 per week, which equates to £312,000 per year, which is an insane value. That's the cost, that's the price tag on your time. Now you may not be getting that money, you may not be seeing that money coming into your business, but that is what your time within that business is worth, and that is absolutely an insane value. And then what I like to do here is take that away for a minute and just think for 1 second. You spend up to a quarter of your time, on staffing issues. So the cost of that is insane. So just to put that into some kind of perspective, the cost of your time, up to 25% of your time on your staff, comes to around about £78,000 per year, which is around £6,500 per month. That's the cost of your time invested in doing anything with your staff, ranging from disciplinary, sickness absence, training, general management, annual leave, recruitment, you name it, payroll, everything that comes into that. Your time spent on those bits and pieces is just insane. The cost, insane. And one of the things that we really try to hammer home here, one of the things that's really crucial is, well, what else could you spend that time on? And by the way, just because you're spending a quarter of your time on your staffing issues, don't run away with the thought process that you've got 3/4 of the time spent on your business, because we all know that isn't true. That doesn't happen. You've got marketing, you've got bookkeeping, your accounts, ordering food, doing your health and safety. all those other bits and pieces come in to run your business too. So when you think about it, what else could you use that time for? If you could just get back even just the smallest amount of time, the smallest percentage of that time that you spend on some of those activities, what else could you do with that time? And the other aspect of that is if you take that time on an area that probably is not your skill set, it's probably not your strength, you're probably not even playing to your strength, you're probably playing to your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are probably governing the majority of your time, my friend. And if you play to your strengths and you delegate the weaknesses, even if it's to people on the outside, people onto the inside, other members of your team, and you delegate those activities and you get that time back, you can spend that time back in on your strengths. And as soon as you do that, you increase the value of that time because you're adding value to it, because you're putting more of the energy into the things that you can actively make a real great difference on. Why? Because it's the area that you're interested in, it's the area that's your strength, it's the area that's going to help you to progress your business to the level that it needs and it deserves to be at. So just think, if I'm doing something today, if I'm sitting down and I'm wasting minutes of my day away whilst I'm sat in the business and I'm meant to be doing things, what's the cost? What's the money that I'm just throwing away?